Ever notice how often Tampa gets mentioned in comedies?
Have fun in Tampa.
You can't have fun in Tampa.
Remember Tampa, 1992?
I blocked most of Tampa out.
I've noticed it so many times over the years.
Tampa. Tampa.
Tampa.
Is Tampa inherently funny?
The mayor of Tampa, also known as Derek Fat Deuce Derek. Sup, homie?
I started looking into who makes these TV shows, wondering if maybe there was one particular comedy writer out there who had a thing for Tampa. Now, if we are going to mention one prime suspect, we have to talk about Tina Fey. She has written or produced at least 12 episodes that mention Tampa in some way.
You can't play prom queens and murdered runaways forever.
But those were my majors at the Royal Tampa Academy of Dramatic Tricks.
Go back to wherever mistresses come from. I want to say... Tampa?
WTIT Tampa think our name is wild, ask about our advertising rate.
We're gonna have to shoot the La La Land sequel in Tampa. Tampa.
I couldn't get in touch with Tina Fey to ask her about it, but I did look at close to 100 examples, and there are some themes that come up. There's the fool who ironically holds Tampa up as a glamorous destination.
I just won 70 grand, so Rosa, pack your bags. We're going to Tampa.
Tight. Can't wait.
Then there's Tampa as the capital of lowbrow culture.
What's with all the duck face? You look like you're at a bachelorette party in Tampa.
A sociologist who studies humor told me that whether or not these ideas about Tampa are accurate, they would not make sense in jokes unless they had somehow made their way into the national idea of what Tampa is. Historians told me that some of these perceptions might be rooted in real history. A lot of people consider Tampa's big debut on the national stage to be the first time that we hosted the Super Bowl in 1984. But when reporters from across the country converged on Tampa, many of them ended up writing about the strip clubs on Dale Mabry.
And try finding a doctor who does anything but breast implants in Tampa.
Years later, when Tampa made national headlines, when the city was battling with strip club owner Joe Redner over a law that banned lap dances, the image might have been cemented forever.
Because there were some big name stripper talent scouts in town from the big leagues. You know, Will, Tampa.
One last theme that seems to come up is Tampa as a generic nowhere.
I always wanted to live in Tampa. Get one of those big beige houses on the golf course, Jose Canseco on one side, canal full of gators on the other.
Comedians told me that if you want to make fun of Florida, that Tampa works well in a joke because people know the name of the city, but they're not sure exactly what it is, the way that they are with Orlando or Miami.
Wow, that turned ugly fast. Just like my trip to Tampa Bay.
Tampa's reputation is changing in the last few years. It's not clear if we're going to continue to see some of these same themes as Tampa's reputation changes, but recently they have shown up in TV shows like Big Mouth, Succession, and Euphoria. I talked to a lot of people for this story, and one thing is very clear. You can love Tampa and still think it's funny when people make fun of Tampa on TV. Some people even think that we just need to embrace it and make that part of our identity. Tampa as a city that just doesn't take itself too seriously.